Hello and welcome to Fluent Fox, the podcast where you don't just learn English, you live it. I'm your host, Nick, and today's episode is a special one. If you've ever felt stuck, shy, or judged while trying to speak English, this episode is your turning point. Our title may sound bold, Master English with just one episode. But trust me, by the end of this discussion, you'll see why it's possible. Today, I'm joined by someone extraordinary, Eliza Hawthorne, a seasoned English language trainer with over a decade of experience helping non-native speakers gain real confidence. Welcome, Eliza.
Thank you, Nick. It's a pleasure to be here. And I love the title, because confidence, not perfection, is the real key to mastering English.
Let's get right into it. You've trained thousands of students across India and Southeast Asia. What's one truth about learning English that surprised you the most?
Great question. The biggest surprise? How well someone speaks English has very little to do with their grammar or vocabulary. It has everything to do with their attitude. I've seen people with limited vocabulary absolutely own conversations, and others with polished grammar freeze up in real-life interactions.
That's powerful. Can you give us an example?
Sure. I remember this incredible man, Ravi, a bus conductor in Kolkata. His English was broken, but the way he communicated with international tourists, confidently, clearly, and with a big smile, was incredible. He asked questions, cracked jokes, and gave directions, all in English. Not perfect English, but perfectly understood.
So Ravi wasn't fluent, but he was effective.
Exactly. He was focused on connection, not correction.
So why don't more people develop that kind of confidence?
'Cause most of us grow up thinking English is like a piano recital. You have to play perfectly, no mistakes allowed. I once coached a boy named Adil. He loved cricket, but hated English. When I asked him why, he said, "In cricket, I can miss a ball and still keep playing. But in English, if I make a mistake, people laugh."
Wow, that hits deep.
Right? He had learned to associate English with fear, not fun. That's what we need to change.
Let's talk mindset. You mentioned attitude earlier. What kind of attitude helps learners the most?
The gamer's mindset. I once saw a teenager playing gully cricket. He kept missing the ball, but he laughed, kept playing, and eventually scored. No shame, no overthinking. That's the same attitude people like Ravi have when speaking English.
So they're not focused on grammar. They're focused on results.
Exactly. When you speak English, don't worry about mistakes. Focus on what you want to say and what you want the other person to understand.
Let's contrast two types of speakers. One, fluent, but scared. Another, broken English, but bold. Any real-life example?
Absolutely. A while ago, I visited a clothing store. The manager, fluent in English, was nervous while explaining a product, so much so that I couldn't understand anything. Then the salesgirl, Shanti, walked up. Her English was basic, but her eyes were calm. She smiled and said, "Madam, this material's soft, summer best. Want cotton or silk?"
Direct, simple, and helpful.
Exactly. I got what I needed in 10 seconds. That is effective communication.
Now, many of our listeners think, but I don't sound like a native speaker. How important is that?
Honestly, not important at all. Today, 96% of English conversations in the world happen between non-native speakers. English is no longer the property of native speakers. It's a global tool.
Wow, that changes the game.
Yes, I once attended a Zoom call with freelancers from India, Brazil, and Japan. They struggled to describe a hoodie with a zipper. The Japanese designer finally said, "It's like jacket, but not angry." And everyone laughed and got it. That's real-world English. Creative, messy, and clear.
Elisa, this has been eye-opening. For our listeners, what's one thing they can do today to start speaking better English?
Absolutely, Nick. And I want everyone listening to really lean into this because it's simple, practical, and powerful. If there's just one thing you do today, let it be this. Start using English as a tool, not as a test. Let me walk you through how to begin, step by step. Step 1. Shift your mindset. Stop thinking of English as a subject you have to get right. It's not about grammar perfection. It's not about sounding like a native speaker. English is simply a tool to connect, to express, and to get results. Like asking for directions, pitching an idea, explaining a product, or even cracking a joke. So from today, drop the pressure to be flawless, and just aim to be understood. Step 2. Start small, but make it real. Every day, pick a situation where you normally use your native language. Maybe ordering food, greeting someone, or sending a WhatsApp voice note. And do that in English instead. Don't write it down. Don't rehearse. Just speak. Even if it's broken. Even if you fumble. The key is real-life use, not textbook repetition. Step 3. Focus on the listener, not yourself. This is something most learners miss. When we're nervous, we're thinking about ourselves. Am I making a mistake? Do I sound stupid? Instead, focus entirely on the person you're talking to. What do they need to understand? What are you trying to help them do? The moment you shift your attention outward, the fear starts to melt. Step 4. Use keywords, not full sentences. You don't have to speak long, complex sentences. Most real-world communication happens in phrases. So say, need appointment tomorrow, or heart okay, brain not so sharp. Trust me, people will understand. Over time, your brain will naturally fill in the grammar gaps as your confidence grows. Step 5. Record and reflect. Use your phone to record yourself talking about your day in English for 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Don't judge yourself. Just listen. You'll notice your pace, your tone, and where you got stuck. Do this every evening. It's like a daily mirror, and it works wonders over a few weeks. Step 6. Build a no-shame zone. Find at least one person who agrees to speak in English with you. No corrections, no teasing. Could be a sibling, a friend, or a colleague. Set aside 5 minutes daily to talk about anything. Your favorite movie, what you ate for lunch, a funny moment. The only rule is, zero fear, zero judgment. Step 7. Celebrate clarity, not correctness. Anytime someone understands what you said, that's a win. Maybe you forgot the past tense or mispronounced something. It doesn't matter. You communicated. That's the goal. Progress, not perfection. Step 8. Be consistent, not perfect. One of the biggest myths is that fluency comes from speaking perfectly once in a while. But real fluency comes from speaking imperfectly, every single day. Even if it's just 5 minutes a day, consistency will build your fluency like nothing else. So to sum up, use English like it's your screwdriver, not your exam. Don't wait till it's perfect. Start using it now, broken and all. Speak to connect, not to impress. And soon enough, you'll realize you don't need perfect English to be a powerful communicator.
Beautiful. And listeners, remember, English is not an art to be mastered. It's a tool to be used. The goal is not perfection, it's connection. Thank you, Elisa, for joining us.
Thank you, Nick. And to everyone listening, go out there and speak. Mistakes are proof that you're learning.
Until next time, this is Fluent Fox, helping you move from silence to spotlight. Don't forget to follow and share this podcast if you found it helpful. See you soon.